Hey guys, what's up? Hitmarthor here, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Brawl. In the last episode, we cleared up boss battles on Intense with Diddy Kong, so now we're moving on to Zelda/Sheik. I said in the previous episode, because I am not entirely sure what the requirement for clearing boss battles with all characters is. In Classic and All-Star, you had to get the trophies for all the characters, and that included Zelda and Sheik, and for Classic mode, it counted all three of the Pokemon Trainer's Pokemon. But what we're going to do in this episode is I'm going to be using Sheik because I believe Sheik does better in boss battles than Zelda does, and I'll explain why when we get into it. So you can change between Zelda and Sheik right here by which one you click on, so we're going to start with Sheik. If it turns out that clearing it with all characters includes Zelda, then I will come back and do that after we're done with the rest of the boss battles, and I will also come back and do it with the other two of the Pokemon Trainer's Pokemon that I do not use when we get to him. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. Who we got first? I was expecting Gallium, so kind of interesting to see it not be that. Wow, that did a lot of damage. Holy cow. Yeah, the reason I picked Sheik is for anybody that's ever seen how Zelda plays is painfully obvious. Sheik is far faster than Zelda is. And, you know, we'll get a lot more attacks. I believe, at least in Melee, I'm not entirely sure if it's still the case now, Sheik was as fast as Marth was in Smash Bros. Melee, and everybody knows that Marth is my favorite and definitely the character I play best as. So it would make sense that I would keep it on Sheik. Sheik has very good damage with her aerials. Her up smashes you just saw does really good amount of damage. It's actually a two-hitter. It didn't hit right there, but it did at the start of the fight, so maybe we'll get to see that at some point. Her side smash leaves a little bit to be desired, so I would not recommend using it, which is this one right here. Down smash works fine. It's a little bit slow, but the up smash is where her smash attacks really shine. As for her aerials, pretty much anything you want to use for aerials will work fine. There's not too much of a problem with those. As with her standard ones, she's got a very fast one where you hold down the 2 button, kind of like Pikachu's. There's no real need for it, though. Her down attack, her up attack, which is this one. Her up attack you probably want to avoid, but for the most part, she's very quick, very agile. Her side attacks with her B you don't really need to use them at any point. There's a recovery. Of course, holding down a B will allow her to transform back into Zelda. So, if you want to switch back to Zelda, that's how you do so. Keep in mind, though, that Zelda will be a lot slower. Some of her attacks will be more powerful. If you can get the magic part of the kick to land, it does a lot of damage. But like I said, Sheik's faster, and I prefer speed to power. So, that's why I'm using Sheik for this. And like I said, if Zelda's required, then of course we'll come back to it. But if not, then it's not that big a deal. Hopefully you guys watched Classic mode for Zelda, so you'll know how she functions. Though I believe I might have in Classic mode. And you're more than welcome to do this in boss battles as well. If you're really good with Sheik, or decent with Sheik and bad with Zelda, you know, Zelda's clearly the one you're not good with, you can go all the way up to the Tabuu fight, and then once you get him down to low HP, with Sheik, just switch back to Zelda, and then beat him with, you know, take away whatever HP he's got remaining. Just take it away with Zelda, and then that will count as beating it with Zelda. Now you can see the power of that up smash right there. Right here. Yeah, that's pretty strong. Because this one is actually hitting in 3 spots, because the way that I stand is kind of like, you know, in the leaf of one of his hands. I guess technically it's his right. And so it counts as a hit against the cage, but if you stand in the right spot, it also counts as a hit against him at the same time. Which is a little bit easier to tell with if you go back to watch Mars, whenever I use his counter, it's a little bit easier to tell there. But, yeah, there is a certain spot where you can stand where that actually is the case. So that's why I always stand in the exact same spot right there. With some of the bosses, you'll notice that I do that. I try to stand in, you know, a fairly similar spot every single time. I was trying to get through it before he did that, but I gambled and paid the price for it. Like some other characters of B recovery that I mentioned, she can, whenever she teleports, or he teleports, whatever you want to know it as, whenever Sheik teleports, you can actually control the direction of the teleport. Kind of like with Pikachu's recovery move, you can control a little bit more, so just a fair warning, it doesn't have to be, you know, the standard recovery where it will go up and maybe a little bit of an angle to the left or right, depending on which direction you're facing. You can angle this one a lot more than you could some of the other ones previously. Oh, really? That's lame. I actually didn't mean to use the smash right there. I don't know why it said I did, but I'll take it. It was good timing for it, actually. I just didn't mean to use it. One other attack I guess I didn't show is her standard B, which will shoot out little daggers, and the longer that you let it activate, the more they'll shoot out. Not very useful for boss battles, but just make a note that it is there. I've gotten through 5 of these, so I might as well use a heart container now. I'll see if I can show it right here.
Ready, go!
See what I mean? I mean, it's not very useful. Unfortunately for Rayquaza's boss battle, you will kind of have to walk into Rayquaza a little bit, you know, like, kind of push in. This is going to sound disgusting, but you kind of have to push into his box. Because, you know, like, you'll get pushed out like this right here, or you'll just get pushed out a little bit, and to make it full advantage of Sheik's up smash, you are going to have to kind of get into that box a little bit, so... As disgusting as that sounds, or creepy, or perverted, whatever you want to call it, you kind of do have to do that for getting maximum effect for Sheik's up smash, and if you want to use that against him. And there we go. Oh well, better to fight Rayquaza than that one boss from Mario Galaxy 2 that had like the 3 little things on its body. It would like go around the planet and you had to spin attack those 3 little things. That one was hard when you got to the end of the fight. For whatever reason, I always had a lot of trouble with that fight.
Ready, go!
But those are the days of Mario Galaxy 2. I still miss Let's Play Mario Galaxy 1. I mean, that was probably one of my favorite Wii games that came out fairly early. I mean, Mario Galaxy had, you know, it was just great overall. The visuals were great. The soundtrack was fantastic. Would I ever LP Mario Galaxy 2? Maybe. I think that would be kind of like Brawl. That'd be one I'd split into parts. At the very least, be 2. One with the normal stars, one with the green. Because the green stars are a pain in the butt if you don't know where they are. Because some of them are in the dumbest locations imaginable. Strategy. And there we go. What number was he? Like 7, I think? 7 or 8? Actually, no, he was 6, wasn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, he was 7. This is 8. Number 9 is Galleon. Man, they stuck the hard ones at the end, jerks. Why would they do that?
Ready, go!
Hey, I actually managed to get rid of him pretty easily. I don't remember if that 9 damage was from a previous fight or if that was from him, but either way, getting out of there with little to no damage is always a good thing. Moving right along. Good thing I still had the invincibility frames from starting the level, and he's now going the wrong way, and I am now going the wrong way. Everybody's going the wrong way. It's Mario Kart gone horribly wrong. I will say that's the one thing I'm not looking forward to when Brawl's done after everybody asked me to finish Brawl, is because the second I finish it, everybody's going to be asking for me to do Mario Kart Wii. It's bound to happen. Stop firing the missiles. Like super sped over there for a minute. Teleport! Aw, darn it. Good morning. Oh well. I was gonna teleport and just like explode right in his face. For those of you that didn't notice, the teleport actually does do damage, and Zelda's warp actually does damage too. That one doesn't seem like it would. Oh look, the president from Pikmin. Oh, I still have 2 heart containers left. Oh well, that's all for the better then, isn't it?
Ready?
And I finally tripped here. Right in the face, man. There's 2 heart containers isn't really good for a lot of players, because a lot of players are like, yeah, I can beat the whole thing without taking any damage, period. That's kind of why I'm glad I'm playing Brawl, is I'm kind of the middle person, because there's some people that are like, you know, either they're self-proclaimed really bad, or they actually are really bad at, you know, certain aspects of the game, and they can't perform very well. Or you've got the players that, like, do ridiculous, like, they would do boss battles on intense with everybody and not take damage with anybody. Like, that's way too much overkill for me. I would never practice that much. I did it for one character, that's enough, really. And of course, there's no requirement that tells you to beat boss battles on intense without taking damage. You have to beat it on intense, but you can take as much damage as you want. Stop exploding. Got me twice now with that. I love having that speed. I'm gonna miss that whenever I get to Ike and Snake and have like none whatsoever. Wow, almost did it 7 minutes exactly. 7 minutes and half a second roughly. Not too bad. And there we go. I'm surprised. I went through three boss battles on intense in a row, and I didn't have to restart for any of those. Much better than Pikachu's like almost 20. Alright, so next time, ironically enough, on channel Pit Marthroy, we'll be having Pit be our next character. That'll be an interesting one to have, because Pit's kind of interesting. Another lightweight character who plays well, but you have to be careful with, kind of like Mr. Game & Watch over here. So I will see you guys for that next time on Boss Battles on Intense on Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Take care, guys.